Okay, this is a bit more challenging than other questions, so shall we start? English poet and Shakespeare contemporary John Donne's blank could be works, and then works had been. Okay, so it seems like we need a subject here. Okay, but let's continue reading. Much admired during his lifetime and in the decades that followed. We have so many commas here. And had, at the same time, at the time of their enthusiastic rediscovery by the early 20th century modernists, been. Oh my gosh, we have a verb here and we have a verb there. So this had would be the helping verb, and we have a main verb. No, actually the main verb is still this is helping verb. Essentially we add a verb, so we have another verb here. Now this is the main verb, gathering. Thus for the intervening 250 years. Okay, so these V I just note, the V's are the finite verbs. All these commas are non-essential. Okay, so I will highlight the ones that are non-essential. You can drop it if you want. Okay, it's not the core of the sentence. And we will need subject here. So far, if you just read it, much admired during his lifetime and the decade that followed, that cannot be the subject. Okay, I mean, lifetime had been gathering dust. That makes no sense. So clearly, in the blank, we need a subject, and that will be works. It's the works admired that were admired. Okay, so works clearly is a subject. So I will say these are all subject. But because we have a finite verb here, we cannot have finite verbs such as choice A, that's a finite verb. Choice B also, that's a finite verb. Choice D is also finite verb. Okay, you just have to have one verb for one subject in this case. I'm not seeing any compound verbs here, or compound predicate. So because that's not the case, we'll just have to choose C. And let's just read it. English poet and Shakespeare contemporary John Donne's works. Now that's the subject. We're talking about works here. The works of John Donne. Now the reason why we have a comma after that is that we have phrase, past participle phrase that describe the works. Admired, the works, comma, much admired. So in other words, the works were admired during his lifetime and in the decades that follow. Okay. So I'm gonna also highlight this part is also non-essential. Okay, all the highlights are non-essential. If you just look at now the bare bones sentence, you can say works had been gathering dust. Okay, so if you take that all non-essential part out, you know the subject has to be here, and since we already have verbs, you should not have redundant verbs like in choice A, B, and D.